hot dang. That could be a nice steal if they can take it. Volk squads take it. They're going to try to escape. Stuart, run! Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here, bringing you another CH2 replay. This is a 3v3 on Elderbrook Station, and what do we have here? We have Kondo, Rebound, Reflex, versus Volstox, Suleiman, and Ion. One of these people are not only a fan who submitted this, but also a Patreon supporter. So thank you again to my patrons for your amazing support and helping the channel grow. Also, I can probably say this right now, I am actually getting a new computer. Funny enough, I actually have my laptop. I've been trying for a week to try to get the thing to run my streaming software. Did not work, so I would now have a pure streaming computer. So thank you guys seriously for your help with that and helping me grow my channel with my artists and everything else. So at the very least, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. But moving on, let's see how the Allies and Axis square off on this 3v3 map, which is a close proximity map, which I think has changed the last time I've seen it, because I did a quick scan, and yeah, like this is an altered slightly and a little bit bigger over here. You have like this area kind of opening up, so you know, things have changed for the better. Less choke points, or at least a little more open, even though it's a densely close quarters map. We do have what, two OKW and a Vermont versus two Soviet and an American. So let's see, the American has close range units. Suleiman has, I guess, access to close range units with partisans, and Ion has close and long range with guards and the PPSH. Meanwhile, we got Rebound with Elite Armored, also doubling up on Sturms. Again, not a bad idea, especially on blobs. Sturm Tide could be extremely effective against like dealing considerable damage to enemy forces grouped up. Kono is going MG spam, which might be a little more effective on this map, just simply because of the fact that there's so many buildings and so many choke points, and MG could hold them off decently well, though there's still plenty of ways to get around, like for example this way. And then we got ourselves, let's see, Reflex going breakthrough, and Kono went German mechanized, still not a nice support of doctrines. They're all different, everyone's tried to be a little bit unique, so I could see this playing off very well. Jesus Christ. Well, Axis forces going in against the conscripts already. Oh god, conscripts realize this was a big mistake and immediately pull on back and head back to base. Assault NGs are over here trying to grab the point. Right now you got Sturms and Volk Squad just building some cover. Is he building barbed wire? Okay, a little weird. Sturm Pioneers pulling on back where Riflemen try to give chase. We had a grenade be fired for, rifle grenade, essentially from that rear echelon in a bunker. Again, gets free grenades inside fighting positions. Really, really helpful at keeping the enemy back. We're just constantly blasting them. Speaking about being blasted, oh god, those conscripts. Ion, retreat. Retreat, man, retreat. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, he died as quick as the rest of his brothers in arms in 41. Ugh, that did not go well. Anyway, Sturm Pioneers pushing on in. Volk Squad's built a lot of cover. Placing a mine did not work out, and yeah, they're going to fall back. Riflemen going to try to hold them where they are, but not... Yeah, I mean, should work. I mean, assault engines will take damage, but the Riflemen will just keep putting pressure on them. Really would have been helpful if the Volk Squad would have pushed on in to assist. Meanwhile, we got Mortar coming on in to help blast them out. I'm assuming because they see there's so many MGs, they're like, yeah, we need mortar support to really bust them out. Again, flamethrower units are also great. Why assault NGs are also very powerful. A lot of conscripts in cover. That's the one thing I'll say. The Axis kind of gave up this region a little bit light. I understand, especially with this Vermont player, because he's going such heavy on support. He doesn't have a frontline base, so he can't push forward because he doesn't have a frontline army. But meanwhile, the Allies, they're doing pretty well. They have 2 victory points. They have a decent amount of resources coming on in, so they'll give them a slight edge over the Germans, at least for the time being. That could absolutely change and even itself back out, and or maybe continue to just gain momentum for the Allies if they start putting down caches and additional resources to keep building momentum. Speaking of which, lots of mortars. Oh god, so we got 2 mortars brought to by Suleiman, kind of coming on in. We have some cover over here as well. Again, really opened up this area compared to how it used to be. Anyway, conscripts also firing. MG trying to push them back. Mortar coming down, but kind of missing a little bit. Meanwhile, we have the rifleman just chilling over there. Flamethrower unit burning him out of the building. Really nice kill. 1 MG down, 2 to go. Meanwhile, there's a bunker over here. Again, they can always demo it or mortar it to death. Ambulance on the front, so at least it's helping to reinforce the Vostok's men. Meanwhile, with the conscripts on the front, just trying to fire pop shots. Panzer Fusilier going in deep and actually should be able to push back this mortar, I assume. Actually, both mortars. He doesn't have a building out yet, so we can't use any grenades. But a building would be suitable, at least in an attempt to kind of hold them back. At the very least, that's my opinion. Because the reason I say this is right now it's what, 5.5 minutes and you have access to the fuel. So around this time, and Johnny has it to a T, you can easily deploy a Lux, which is very good against anti-infantry, and you can easily push them back, or you can save up another 2 minutes and get yourself a Stuka. Either way, I think getting something like that would be very, very, very helpful in this combat scenario. Stern Pioneers pushing back the assault NGs. He's walking back. Now, he's doing this because he's like, I'm just going to walk back to the ambulance. He might lose the unit, though, if they focus on it. He's going to be very low. Stern Pioneers, though, are out of range and get hit. I'm sorry, the Stern Pioneers get hit by the mine as well, so they're going to fall back. Okay, good mine placement. Again, kind of held back the infantry and saved your men. We have a medical going down here, a second medical going down right here, and the Wehrmacht is going what? He's gone tier 2. So does he have battle phase 2? No. Okay, not yet. But he does have a 222 out on the field. So hopefully that will provide some support. Maybe push back these conscripts and drive them back to base. He does have an AT gun moving in. You always have to worry about that. Not only for anti-armor, but for the artillery component as well. Now on this map, there's a lot of buildings, but you constantly bring up the artillery, just pound it. That would seriously drive the Axis back. As well with these conscripts, which have both Molotovs and will soon have AT grenades. So that should hold back a good chunk of anything. Well, a good chunk of what Kano and a lot of the other Axis members could bring up. They bring up an MG, Molotov. It's this 222, AT grenade. He's backing on in. This thing is giving chase. Flamethrower unit, though, is coming on in. Going to actually get a close-range flamethrower strike on him. They're still going to fight, though. Still, there's more than enough men, plus the AT gun, as I believe 2 additional models that are opening fire on said target, driving them back. And AT gun's repositioning, but conscripts still going to fight. 222 going to open fire, though. Very low on health, and the conscripts are about to die if they don't retreat. But, you know, it's a sacrifice that I bet those conscripts are willing to make. Have implied on themselves rather than their own decision, which I guarantee would be like, no, we want to live. But, you know, they have to die for their country, even if it's a really dumb reason why. Sir, shouldn't we pull back to a better, more advantageous position and not keep forward? Quiet. Keep on that front line. So the Germans are surrounding us. No, they're not. We can break through. Sir, we're dying. Okay, maybe we should surrender. Anyway, we got a Stuart on the field hoping to drive the Germans back. And yeah, that's the first light tank of the game. Or really any tank of the game. There is a Verkeitenwerfer over here, so that should hopefully drive it back. Gets 2 great shots, weapon disabled. Lieutenant is well gone down. And right over here, we're seeing assault NGs burning the Verkeitenwerfer back, which would have probably been a smarter idea to remove that and then move up the Stuart, but unless he didn't honestly know. That, well, at the very least, he can decrew that, get it operational, and move that back up to the front. We do have a mechanized building over here, though. Actually, we have 2. Okay, so both OKW players have canceled their abilities to go additional, like, getting heavier infantry or get armor. Instead, they're going for mechanized. A little bit iffy on that. They're doing forward bases. So, I guess the idea is, let's beat the the Allies, with overwhelming numbers at such a rapid pace, which is, again, might seem a little off, but, I mean, right now the American doesn't have too many units, and he has to retreat them all the way back to base. So if he keeps up the pressure, yeah, I could see that actually working. 222 back on the front, really trying to put some damage. Assault, no. Rifleman could use an AT grenade on it. But unfortunately fall back. We do have a MG position going down here, finally. Probably want to save up. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, use munitions and other things like weapon upgrades. Since the Germans weren't really taking that, now they took it. They're like, okay, just in case, we'll put this down. There's an MG here. We have Ion using his guards troops. Upgraded with DPs because they have the ability of the button. Putting some pressure over here. Again, not a bad idea if they can kill the bunker. You don't have other AT though, so you can't fire long range. Does the other gentleman have AT? Oh my god. Someone in the factory is like, we need one AT gun on sector blank for the front line, you know, to be used against the Germans. Roger that. And literally they just pump out 3. They're like, sir, we only ordered 1. But they're like, well, we had a bunch of spares. We're just producing so much. And also the American Lend-Lease is really helping us out. So you get 3 now for the price of 1. It's a great deal. Well, we're in Ungermute, so we're in a German city. So yeah, at the end of the war. Yeah, take all of our supplies. We're good. It's kind of the opposite how we were at, like, Stalingrad. Where it's like, hey, can I have a gun? You get a magazine. Cool, where do I get the gun? The guy in front of you. I don't like, and the man in front of him is like, I don't like these odds. Anyway. Stuart on standby. We got some MG, some additional packs and defense over here. That Stuart moves up. He's pretty much going to be pushed back. So, I don't know. It's gonna be iffy. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be iffy if he's gonna be able to advance with that. He's gonna need additional forces to kind of really cover his man. So though they are upgraded with bars, some bazookas as well, but they do have bars and bazookas, making them pretty good infantry all around rather than specialized. I prefer specialized, but I 100% understand the reasoning for getting all around. That way, if you have a combat scenario against armor just popping out of nowhere, you don't have to bring in a unit. It's already there. It can do some AT. Plus, an AT grenade definitely helps. Stuart actually decrewed in all this. Hot dang. That could be a nice steal if they can take it. Volk squads take it. They're going to try to escape. Stuart, run! Oh, wait. We got smoke coming on in. Incendiary going on off, but they'll fire an AT grenade on that. German troops, fortunately, are not able to get the Stuart out. But we do have a Panzer II on the field, of all things. And it's going to drive back the American. Might get the kill. Hold on. A double AT grenade is probably going to kill it. Or, sorry, AT gun. They do. They absolutely do. And in the span of 30 seconds, 2 light tanks are destroyed. Ooh, not a great sign there. Is this going to turn from World War II to World War I where it's just infantry combat? If so, you should really deal with the Soviet, who's just chilling over here. I will 100% admit that's kind of dumb. That you should probably move out from that position. And or move up his engineers because he has so much munitions. Mines everywhere. I'm just pointing out. You could put a demo here next to the building. Demo right behind this cover so they don't see it. Or in here, you can barbed wire it. More mines. Again, all sorts of stuff you could honestly do. Conscripts charging on in. Again, guards as well, trying to pop some shots. Ion's really trying to help break this area, and he is getting some penetration in the line. I don't think he's just going to be able to really... Oh, wait, hold on. Conscript going in, throws the AT grenade, and kill... Oh, he doesn't kill it, damn it. Now, the question is, will the conscript live? Mortar comes in, kills the mortar. He's going to run. He makes it. Conscript makes it back. He can say he technically killed the crew. He just can't say he killed the 222. Guards troops continue to push up. They can possibly kill that unit. So, you know, not bad whatsoever. Can we have a grenade be thrown maybe at the sport gun? It's very low. Panzer Corps is being developed. Not a great idea with the bazooka team right there. And the Germans are breaking. 222 is remanned. Gun is operational. They'll fire. Guards troops in one decent, like, combined shot could easily take out the 222. Smoke down once again. Unfortunately, not fast enough. And while they drop smoke, the guards will retreat with at least 1 kill to their name. They're like, don't worry, we finished off the 222. So, a nice little win right there. We got Panzerfusiliers pushing them back. MG kind of guarding this area. Once again, Allies kind of pushing more of the Germans than the Germans are. Germans don't have bad ideas. Panzerfusiliers are fully upgraded. They're really trying to take out their infantry. Rebounds a little more mixed bad, but he doesn't. He has 1 Volk squad that's up. Also maybe decrew that for, or sorry, salvage it for fuel. Kano's at least trying to come in to help his ally out with some smoke, so I'll give him that. But yeah, he has the least amount of German forces. Ion has some good long and close range. This guy's going purely support. And Vostok, same, like, has a lot of good American infantry, though the Germans are slowly pushing. So, if I have to be honest, it's hilarious to think, but this is starting to feel like a pure infantry game to me. Because none of the armor is surviving that long or having a huge play. Meanwhile, there's just massive waves of infantry crashing into each other. So, wonderful. Artillery's currently coming on in by the Zis. Mortar fire kills a Stern Pioneer on the retreat. That's a nice little win right there, along with the American forces putting some pressure on them. So, good win. Good, nice little win for the Allies. At least they'll be able to hold on to this point and continue to put pressure on the Germans, which is always a huge plus. Although Panzerfussler is coming on in to kill a mortar, not a huge plus. American forces retreating back to oh, there's a major here. Okay, so he got a major on the front. That's good. He went armor company. So, I mean, I don't like the unit. I know a lot of people do, but the bulldozer could be good in this environment because of all the infantry. And also has more armor. Mortar carriage could also be good, but I'm just thinking long term of like a lot of AT hitting it, which the Germans seem to have at least a decent amount of. Mechanized right there. Medical. We got the Panzer? No, Panzer headquarters. Okay. Panzer headquarters over here, all close proximity, which might make this 240 very delectable for him. Just pointing out the fact, you call that in, that's a huge area of effect that, well, could be very deadly for a lot of forces in the region. Cash is going down, so we are seeing some caches at the very least. I think that's the first cache, though. So that will help the Allies, or sorry, the Axis Allies get a little closer to each other. But the Allies still lead. Meanwhile, German forces are trying to hold against the American push. Yeah, I don't really see how the Germans will hold this. Panzer headquarters going down. Bad timing once again. Guards troops literally pushing on in. The MG's looking the wrong way. Oh, he's going to retreat. Never mind. Guards troops should have pushed up, or riflemen should have waited. But unless these guys can do enough damage to where they can't fire, arm piercing guns are activated, going to suppress them. Stop firing because he killed the men. Oh, it actually does enough damage. All right, good to see. Good to see indeed. All right, meanwhile, support gun up to vet 3. Gotta tip my hat off to that unit. But Kenworth is now the only thing trying to hold back the American infantry as the Panzer headquarters finishes development. So at the very least of that, he's not unfortunately able to upgrade it. There is an Ostwieja on the field though by the Wehrmacht, so good, at least coming over to help. Meanwhile, we have a KV-1 in mid, although it looks like maybe the pack guns or something, whatever, did quite a bit of damage, and we have a bulldozer on the field to really help push back the German infantry. I mean, it could take the shots from the Ostwieja, no problem. I just don't think that gun is going to be incredibly damaging toward it as like a normal M1 or Zis would, or even like a Wolverine would do against it. Oh shit. Meanwhile, 3 AT guns come on the front and say, Ostwind, we don't want your business here. And yeah, we're just going to tear you apart. Volk squad coming in from behind. Is that going to be 3 dead AT guns? Alright, he's building cover. I don't know why. But yeah, it's a little bit of a circle right now with the Ostwind escaping. We have 1 AT gun dead. Volk squad going to kill probably the second one, I have to assume. And yeah, the third one makes it back, but that's some substantial losses. Nice bulldozer shot against the Volk squad, pushes it back. Additional Volk squads coming on in. Free AT? Free AT. I mean, that's a possibility. I wouldn't grab it with the American bars right there, but you know, that's Panzer headquarters being upgraded, so at least we'll be able to hold back the infantry in mere moments. Meanwhile, on other fronts, the Soviet still sits there menacingly, I think. Oh my god, this is literally in it almost entirely a infantry army with a T-70 on the field for some damn reason. Panzer headquarters holds that stuff back. So not bad job. Bulldozer coming on and getting some good shots. Does have the upgraded 50 cal machine gun too as well, doing more infantry damage. Probably gonna need to move over the pack or something to do a lot more. So we know what this gentleman went. He went with an Ostwind. Does he have the ability to... He does yet to get Battle Phase 3. Although he can get a command tank or a Panzer IV Stug if he wants it. Troops are kind of pinned in mid. T-70 trying to push on in. Again, curious on this because we saw the KV-1 almost die. So, oh wait, he has a Panzerschreck in that? Oh, I guess he picked it up. T-70, why are all the decrews this game? My god, I thought the British one with the 2 Panthers was a lot of decrews. But no, this game's like the Stuart gets decrewed, the 222 gets decrewed, the T-70 gets decrewed, because why not? Can the Axis get that back to base? Also, Pensacola Fusiliers versus Guards troops. That's going to be a hell of a fight, especially if the Pensacola Fusiliers get vetted up quickly. Oh, that's going to be a nasty fight for the Guards. This, Pensacola Fusiliers are no joke in terms of their overall damage. Meanwhile, MG kind of guarding mid, but also just rolling on in to do damage. Ziska needs to redeploy. KV-1 needs to redeploy. Something needs to be done. Partisans and are oh, actually no, he got the 2 AT guns. Opening fire. Oswin gonna retreat. No, he's pushing forward. Oh no, it's just unfortunate misclick in Code 2 pathfinding where it's like I want to go backwards. Okay, sir, I understand. I like how that's like the 4th time the smoke has come over the dead body of a unit. Not saving it, just marking its grave. Oh my god. Anyway, we have another Oswin on the field because why not? Rebound is yet to get anything, though he has all the buildings up, so he can get anything he wants. He just doesn't have a ton of resources, although free MG, maybe decommission that. Reflex is gone with a Stuka. We have, right next to all these conscripts. It's like there's a strategy here. A T-gun, come on, fire! Nice shot. Now, good job. He killed the mortar that got, you know, at least the MG or whatever's out of that. But I have to give it to the AT gun that just sniped the Stuka. You know he's there. You know he is there. And you decide, you know what? I'm going to fire the Stuka directly in front of him. Just to spite them. It's like, what? What? Anyway, KV-1 now dies, which just fits this game. No armor is apparently allowed to live in this game. All of it must die. Really? I was joking! Oswin, come on, make it, get out of there, please. Yeah, it is... Okay, Oswin's at least gonna make it out. Oh, thank God. Because I was gonna say, if the Oswin dies, that would be 100% true. That no armor can survive this game more than a few seconds. Jesus Christ. Trench warfare in World War I. I mean, World War II. Anyway, technically a thing. There were multiple fronts of World War II that were static. Great. I mean, they weren't pure trenches per se, but they were great in defense, in-depth, like, fortifications. The Finnish versus the Soviets. You have the Italians versus the Greeks. You have, actually, certain parts of the Western Front and Eastern Front were static for a decent, like, not incredible long periods of time, but, like, Leningrad, you had an entire area that literally was just, like, in, like, defense in depth. The Germans couldn't break for quite some time, even eventually got broken, so, yeah. Not bad. Yeah, hell, I think even in France, the Allies were stuck at, like, a wall for literally a month and a half. Oh, and then, of course, you got the German wall of defenses. So, yeah. All sorts of areas that were, like, it took forever to crack. So, anyway, speaking of cracking, Bulldozer getting some hits as the American infantry retreat from some airstrikes, doing some bit of damage. No... Up, there goes the plane, dropping smoke once again. Although, nice shot. Bulldozer opening fire. We got double Bulldozer. More smoke. Jesus. At least pushing back the Volk squad. Not too shabby. Volk squad's like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah. I see those bulldozers. Not gonna worry. Not gonna deal with them. Not going to, it's like, I'm not going to attempt the Panzerfaust. Not a bad idea. Luckily, there's AT here. Infantry, though, could move on in. You probably need something to stop that. I know the Panzer headquarters is here, but theoretically, you could fire here, fire at that, and not have to worry about it. Now, the good news is, at least for the Axis, they are at least starting to contest a lot of positions and keep this fight going a bit longer. And by that I mean, like, being honest, like, they're at least decapping this and constantly making the allies fight over it. Though they're sending pioneers to fight close-range conscripts. Not the smartest move. Oswind is back on the front. Now that's a good infantry killer. Oh, he has 2 Oswinds now. Because, sure. Meanwhile, we have artillery with the ML-20 operational. Looks like it's been firing some shots. A good shot would be right there if they can get recon. Do they have a recon? Wait, yes, they have the Americans. So the Americans could send recon planes over to the enemy. Plus, Selimi could use spy network, which will allow the Soviets, both Soviets, to see what the Axis have. But that being said, it does not work for the Americans. As far, if I recall correctly, it's only for the factions, so it's only the Soviets. Meanwhile, we got a T-34. Is that the first? No, KV-1 theoretically is a heavy tank, I guess. But, like, that would be, like... It's weird how I'm used to Panzer IVs and more smoke. Wait, did the house took a lot of those smoke bombs. But anyway, I'm so used to... Oh. Decent strike. Not great, but could be worse. I'm so used to all the, how do I say this? Panzer IVs and Panthers and all that stuff being on the field. Now I'm a little bit like, what? Are you kidding me? Bulldozer opening fire. That gets a decent hit. This bulldozer has 9 kills. American infantry, though, with roughly... Oh my god, they all have 7. Triple sevens, that's fine. We get triple sixes, we're looking at some crazy stuff. We need to just burn the game down at that point. But at least in the meantime, that's not the case. A lot of AT though on standby. At least a good Vet 4 MG. Even if it's a 34, it's still pretty damn potent. Bulldozer opening fire against this, but it's 1 AT grenade. You're not going to really do much. Especially with American armor, it's like, yes, let's send it back for 2 seconds. Quickly send our repair crew, vehicle crew inside and quickly heal it. Now this conscript, I don't know what it was trying to do. Maybe try to kill something. Whatever the case may be, it died immediately. Yeah, I need to work on that unit preservation, or at least getting him back. I know that's coming from me, but still. Anyway, Oswind on standby, 13 kills. A decent amount of infantry now, at least a nice variety. A lot of infantry all grouped up together. Artillery is kind of hitting this region, trying to hit that Stuka. Not a bad idea if you can. Or maybe at the very least try to hit the mechanized and medical building and try to neutralize it. Sturm Tiger on the field. Oh, please. Look, rebound. I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for an amazing hit. Alright? Or you can blow up... Wait, is that your base or your allied base? That is your allied base. You just ran over the portion of your allied base. That is incredibly rude, Storm Tiger. Incredibly rude. Anyway, we got, oh god, airstrikes coming on in? No, Breakthrough. Breakthrough just got deployed and pushed some of the stuff back. And we have 2 artillery pieces that will be deployed by Ion to hopefully push back the Axis. Meanwhile, Axis slowly creeping into the allied areas. A lot of defenses though, but they're sacrificing their men to advance. Army-wise, they're looking at army about upper 60s. Allies are looking at army that's in the upper 70s, low 80s, around there. Again, not bad whatsoever. And if they keep up the pressure, fantastic. But we'll have to see. Meanwhile, we got Volk squads pushing on in. Right now against the American force, doing okay. Smoke coming in once again, I'm assuming for a Stuka. Stuka already dropped. Okay, preempted that, but you know what? It worked. AT guns got hit, and Storm Tiger was trying to get maybe recon. Reflex, by the way, ton of manpower. There's nothing there, dude. Oh. What the hell did you hit? Did the defense? You destroyed the barrier. You destroyed, you killed the dirt pile. Great, wonderful. Meanwhile, we got Soviets pushing on in. I do not understand. These guys have literally been on the front. These guys should be, honestly, in the midst of battle. This area should be constantly, like, under fire. And yet, we're not seeing any of that. We're not. Like, what? What? So I'm a little bit shocked, honestly. Just point that out. Anyway. So yeah, no battles going on. But we have two T-34s that could dive into the enemy. The enemy, though, does have a decent amount of defenses. They have mines. I'm not seeing any mines. Never mind, they could easily push on and cause havoc. We have our own artillery by Kono. Kono, I guess, is like, yeah, they're deploying about 20s. I'll build my own LEFH to counter them. Great. Oh, we have a support gun moving up. I don't think they're... I really do not think the Axis understand the level of, like, shit that they've walked into coming over here. They're like... It's like your roommate who doesn't clean his room, and he's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got handled." And then you are about to leave, and you're like, "I need to grab, I need to check something." Your room has like the AC thing. I need to fix that before we leave. And then all of a sudden, a fucking cockroach swarm comes out of your roommate's room and just starts swarming over your own apartment. You're like, "Dude, what the fuck?" He never cleaned it, never dealt with it, and yeah, now the cockroaches are coming out. Like I said, now they're Soviet. The question is, are they going to penetrate? Well, it looks like the Germans are quickly getting the extermination teams in place and killed one T-34. A lot of infantry. Oh my god. Panzer headquarters doing a lot to kill a lot, hold back the infantry. Another unit dead. They're trying to kill this defenses. Artillery's coming on in. Infantry's dying left and right. Pack gun, sorry, Zisgun's left undefended. Well, that was a clusterfuck. And you might have said, man, Salamine lost a ton of units. You're not wrong. The Germans technically had that pulled through relatively fine. Well, hold on. Conscripts moving on in. We can see more dead. AT grenades, maybe? Ostwind as well. Hold on. AT grenades? Come on, AT grenades. AT grenades, you can do this. I don't know why. And KV-1 died. Sturm Tiger about to, oh my god, please. Oh, thank god you retreated. You don't fire, he's gone. He's gone. Okay. And, only one conscript made it out of 12. Amazing. Alrighty, so, overall, the Germans can recrew a lot of this stuff. Maybe not the Panzer headquarters, but still, relatively, they didn't lose as much as Salamine. Salamine did quickly regroup all of his forces, though, so I'll give him that. And Reflex, even though he has a lot of manpower, it's going to take him a little bit longer to get that stuff back up. For the love of God, do not deploy the Yak Tiger. Do not deploy that thing. Rationale. If you deploy the Yak Tiger, you need to fight armor. Now, do the allies have armor? Yes. Is it armor that you cannot deal with? No, you can easily deal with that. Also, good job decrewing that. So yeah, I would be dumbfounded if he deployed the Yak Tiger. I think that'll be a bad move. I think his better shot is the King Tiger, because then he can take the shots and dish out the damage to the infantry and really hold the line. Smoke going down from the American. Oh god, we have a double Wolverine. Looks like they lost one of the bulldozers. Sturm Tiger firing. Not bad shot. Stops the decap. Yep, pretty much stops it. Volk squad's moving on in. Ion trying to move up his KV-1 along with the American forces. Katusha as well firing. Doing their best. They're hitting the front. Again, American forces trying to keep the Germans at bay. The problem is, well, if we see here, the Sturm Tiger's currently fighting the KV-1. I think it's reloading. Yeah, it's reloading during it. Great reload. Man, where do we want to reload? When literally we're still on the front and the KV-1 is shooting us. You're incredibly lucky you're not being decrewed right now. Luckily, some AT support's coming on in. And also, great, good work on the KV-1 for just... Oh, nice stun, by the way. Keep holding them back. Defenses are being busted, though. The reason why is if it penetrates and does damage, sure, it'll decrew. But luckily, it didn't. I'll give him credit. Very lucky in that regard. Guards, troops, oh my god. 240 not really hitting any major targets. Sturm Tiger could fire. He is going to fire. And doesn't actually do a ton of damage. Kills a few models. That's it. Little friendly fire damage right there. Meanwhile, American forces pushing on with the double Wolverine against the Ostwind. Reloading once again. Wolverines, I think, will penetrate. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful they'll penetrate compared to a 76mm. I know that you might be like, well, Greyshot's a weaker tank destroyer. Still a tank destroyer. I still feel pretty confident with it. Meanwhile, 8 seconds away. Does pen, doesn't decrew. 5, 4. Oh, it's also healing right now. 1. Alright, you can fire. Oh, no. Oh, no. Nice shot. At least stuns it. Brings the... oh, I was going to say, if it stunned it and the Panzer Warriors could fire a few more shots, that could kill it. Panzer Grenadiers moving on in. This Soviet is still here. This guy still have our Stuka? Okay. First, 22 kills. Not bad. But maybe it's just me. There's a bit of an issue right here. Maybe like someone call it infestation, or something like that of troops over here. Maybe you want to blast it away with some good Stuka rockets. Maybe that will help you remove that threat. But no. Anyway, Katusha pushed back the pack. At the very least, push back the support weapons. I see a juicy target right there if the allies can get witness. And by the way, they do with the Major, which they could use recon with. ML-20s, again, hopefully can be repaired and then open fire on these great targets back here. Oh, he does. Alright, he's hitting it. Although I think it's a little too late. I think he realized he's moving him out. Or he could kill the medical building. That would be a nice win. No, unfortunately not able to hit target. Anyway, yeah, they're all still here. Again, there's still German weapons over here. You could honestly take the MG. Just take the MG and hold that area, because that's what you need. We got another Ostwind. We got 3 Ostwinds, so yeah, the allies are not deploying planes anytime soon. So Thermic Strike is pretty much unsustainable because of all the anti-air. So, you know, that's fine. They still need to take VP points if they want to win this game. I'm unsure if that will actually be the case, but that's what they need to do. Will they do it? Up in the air. Sturm Tiger up to Vet 1. A lot of defense is going in place. Wolverine dies. Second one pulling back. Sturm Tiger hiding behind the train. Could, honestly, again, not bad if it gets a few shots. Now, even though I've been talking about this thing, reminder, Katusha's gone 12 kills. This MG's gone 13. There's nothing here it's even can fire at. Volk squads are, up to 14. I'm making note of it because I wanted to get, it has the highest, is the best chance of like shooting up real quick, like the coronavirus outbreak in the US in early March, just really shooting up like incredibly fast. But again, it has the highest potential to succeed or to, you know, cause mischief in the Allied lines. But will it actually do that? That's the question. Now, again, it's also good to have these consistent units. Alright, yeah, you wasted that while your infantry's all being hit by a rocket fire. Why'd you retreat why'd you retreat these units over here if they're there? Storm Tiger needs to pull on back. Middles, they have some defenses. I love how they're using the KV-1 as, you know, a defensive position. That's hilarious to me. Because you have this, like, MG crew that's, like, in the actual KV-1. Like, it's literally, its MG is in the KV-1. But it's like, no, it's perfect. We'll hold out here. We'll be fine. If they come, we'll shoot them through. I don't know how that works, but it's working. It is absolutely working. Anyway, smoke being dropped again. Not to mark someone's grave, hopefully. Grenade, though, pushed back to Sturm. So, okay, maybe a smaller grave than before. Su-85's over here with plenty of these defenses. Great for cover. Will cause pathfinding issues for vehicles and whatnot. So, again, just take note. There is a Panther here. Might be better suited. Actually, mid. Honestly, if the Axis can identify a key route, they can move up, kill a Katusha, and retreat. So always make sure you have recon or something to identify those key targets, and that way you can try to win. We got just one LEFH. We have 3 Ostwinds, though, so I guess, sure, why not? Let's see, we got the... Finally, it looks like this guy was pushed back in the region with artillery coming down. Stuka with 46 kills. I'm assuming that was all over here. Looks like we got a lot of conscripts dying. Oswin being hit by bazooka fire in the Su-85, easily tearing it apart. mortar carriage as well on the field. So yeah, a lot of anti-infantry long-range shots just firing across the battlefield. Not too shabby. American forces as well trying to hold that VP. Make sure the Axis can't somehow stop that bleed, which is, again, very important if you want to win this game. They get a kill while he's trying to retreat. Smoke coming on in again. I guess, again, marking a grave. Just perfect. Ugh. Katusha hitting mid, kind of breaking up the guy's defenses and allowing him to hopefully push on forward. Again, more Soviet forces. I'll give him this. He has a lot of manpower and he has partisans. I don't care for partisans, but as well, he can place mines here real quick for defense. He has 1,200 manpower. I can almost guarantee he's not used spy network or anything. Like, come on, man. Use it for targets or Katusha. Like, you can use it also to help your teammate out. Nice arty shot does remove that from play, because Ion could always use a little bit of recon, and that's what spy network would do for him. Because then you could just tap on the minimap saying they're here and then tell units to fire from long range at that position. I swear to fuck, are you kidding me? Yag Tigers on the field. Okay. To be fair, countering my previous assessment, there is armor on this side. If you deploy the Yag Tiger over to this front, it would be beneficial. Though, as we just saw, you don't need it. The Panther's doing a great job with AT support, slowly pushing the allies back. A King Tiger would have been, you know, that much needed armor, defense, and firepower that really would have helped. Also, great shot with the bulldozer and killing that unit. Yag Tiger, while it will hurt the armor and push it back, I'm just pointing out, I think the other one would be better. Conscripts take mid. There's only a pack gun to stop them, so really nothing to stop them. Oswins are kind of guarding in case they charge forward over here, which is unlikely. Yag Tiger is at least putting pressure onto the bulldozer, but oh, nice shot right here, bringing the Americans down to one squad, or one model. Bazooka team's slowly pushing them back. Pack guns opening fire and showing the AT guns don't do much damage to infantry. At least 2. You need a lot more. Nope, get tank destroyer, because why not? Cervic strike inbound. I'm just going to do this, because they're immediately going to just crash off in the distance. There goes one, and there's the second one. There goes another. Almost crashed into the medical. That would have been great, but alas, that did not happen. Anyway, Storm Tiger's on the front again. At least he has the intimidation factor of it being there. Has 16 kills, not bad, though. Once again, I'll point out American forces, 20 kills. You have this one with 8. Pulling on back. Let's see, 14 kills, 13 kills. A decent amount. Again, other units are definitely pulling their weight. American forces trying to help out, but alas, not able to. Guard troops doing very well, and also the artillery's, again, pounding the positions. Again, why it's better to spread them out. Oh, so that way artillery doesn't start breaking it down over time. Bulldozer moving on in. Pushing, hopefully pushing the stuff back. Storm Tiger, though, coming on in. Needs to repair at half health. You're charging on in. Bad idea. Storm Tiger gonna fire. Bulldozer's death? No, it actually just stuns it, really. Yag Tiger needs to fire, but it's in a really bad position. Oh, no, it actually fired. Holy shit, it like did a nice little shot across the side and actually hit it. The train's gonna block it though, so he's gonna move over. Just give the bulldozer a little bit of time, or he can drop smoke. One of the two options would be great, or he can do the third option and do absolutely nothing while the Yag Tiger fires at his face. I guess third option was more viable. KV-1 having some issues with the pack. Katusha repositioning. Definitely still needs to watch out. Soviet forces pushing on in. Hey, up to Vet 3. Again, artillery here would be amazing if they could hit it. Maybe. Hold on. Conscripts do stun the Ostwind. Defenses are still in place across the board. And, yeah, Yag Tiger's advancing, trying to get some kills. Maybe explosive rounds, the Americans, because they're about to bazooka you. Not ton damage, but it's still a decent amount. Artillery is hitting that area. Stuka, you're a little close for comfort. 52 kills. I'll give you that. 52 kills with the Stuka. Katusha this region. Yeah. American forces trying to get some heals in. And right now, the Germans are on the back foot, or at least backing up. At the very least, they're holding the 2 VPs. That's what's most important. Also, command tank's going to help with their keeping themselves alive. This thing, I don't think is a good idea to push. Artillery's kind of hitting this general region. Not a lot of AT, except for the Wolverine, so they could do a massive push if they wanted to. Meanwhile, hold on. Looks like we had a direct hit with one of the artillery rounds, and it did some major damage. Stuka, though, also looks like took some damage. Stuka, though, did some against the American, knocking out the ambulance, so not a bad shot. Command tank having some issues, but don't worry, he has a Panther to guard him, so at least he can do some nice pens. And I'll say this, the Soviets continue to hold that area. I am absolutely just shocked that we have not seen any pushing in this area. The best way to describe it would probably be like the Germans in, because I didn't know this apparently. I honestly did not know the Germans in the situation with what is it called, Iraq. Like, I didn't know for a long time that Iraq was essentially on the, or like oh, nice shot. Yeah, both squads are being pulled back. I did not know that there was a whole like fight going on in Iraq with uprising against the British. No idea that was even a thing. But now that like time goes, stuff like that is covering it. Now I also know that apparently you had German planes in Vichy France controlled like colonial areas, like bombing their regions. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe they should have, I mean, like, if they're already allowing planes and stuff to go through, maybe send troops to fight in Iraq, which would be weird to think about, but theoretically you could take the oil and other things in the Middle East and then supply them. Well, you still have to deal with the British Navy unless Turkey's like, yes, we will provide you convoys, which will be its own shit. I mean, they did help the Germans until what, 44 or 40, late 43, early 44, and then declared war in, I think, was it late 44 or early 45? A lot of countries declared war on Germany in like the last few months, if like the last year of the war. They're like, yeah, all right. So we see where the wind's blowing. We got this. Anyway, speaking of this game, Jesus Christ. Attempting to take the point did not work out for you, Ion. You're losing a lot of men in that push. Probably a bad idea. Not as bad as Sturm Tiger shot, but I digress. Artillery, by the way, up to 55 kills on their end, so at least they're doing a ton of damage against the Germans, who are quickly repairing, but I'm making the assumption they just keep hitting the engineers repairing and the medics and everything like that, so that's why they're getting so much damage. Hopefully they can fire some additional shots. Sturm Tiger getting some heals. A Rebound is saying surrender it to the Germans or to the Allies. I mean, the Allies currently have an army. So is he Rudolf Hessing it, where he's like he's dropping down again? Happened again 79 years ago at the time I'm recording. Where literally Rudolf Hess jumped in Great Britain. He's like, hey, we want to have peace, and the British are like, what? And the Germans are like, what? And the more I hear about the Hess story, the more I find it so fascinating. Do it or you... Oh, really? Okay, jackass. Alright. The reason I say it's hilarious is because the British couldn't admit that that was the reason. They had to stay silent on it. Never. Yeah, the fun fact, they have a larger army. So, yeah, they're definitely Hessing it right now. But anyway... The whole point is the British couldn't do it because what are you going to say to the British public? Yes, this German high-ranking official dropped down our country to try to do peace talks. And the British are like, well, I mean, like, we did take East Africa, and we're beating the Italians. But the Germans kicked us out of Europe and just beat Greece and Yugoslavia. So, I don't know. It's been 2 years. Not looking like World War I. I think we're gonna call it quits. Like, again, you don't want that huge propaganda, like, thing to go down. So it's like, we're just gonna kind of hide them off in the meantime. Get as much info as possible. What? The Soviets think we're actually planning with the Germans now? Oh, God, this is not going well. Hey, Soviets, you're about to be invaded. Oh, you don't believe us any? Oh, damn it. Oh, again, just hilarious how everything here connects and just shows, oh, shit. How distrustful everyone was of the situation. Anyway, Molotov going down. Oh, God. Yeah, burning the Vet 5 MG. While the Soviets do launch an attack to decap mid, and they did decap the left with American forces while I was on that spiel. Barely alive. The MG stands and will slowly retreat. German forces, there's Volk squad right there. Maybe move up and decap it. Meanwhile, Volk squads are taking mid at the very least, while the conscript's trying to kill that unit. Still a ton of partisans and 1,200 manpower with Vostok's 2,000. Again, allies, I don't know why the Axis are like, yeah, allies, you surrender. They're doing fine. Like, again, I love that whole, like... Yeah, I love that whole, like, again, just perspective thing. Because it's like, yeah, we just killed a bunch of their men. They're definitely on their last legs. Like, dude, you have not been able to take this one spot. Uno reverse card. Great. Alright, good grenade right there by the American to kill it on the retreat. So, you know, nice work there. Yeah. Surrender. Now there's two guys yelling at each other. You surrender. No, you surrender. No, you surrender. No, you surrender. It's like two guys on the opposite side of a trench just yelling at each other. Oh my god. Anyway, artillery coming down on the Volk squads, pushing them back. Yeah, American forces right there, trying to grab it. Hopefully. Yeah, they're still coming in on this region. They're gonna pull back. SU-85 taking a shot. Where's the Yag Tiger? All the armor's over here. Yag Tiger, I'll guard mid. Wonderful. Amazing work, Yag Tiger. Alright, you got the KV-1 at the very least. But you kind of need to grab this, and I don't know where your men are. Mostly probably dead. I mean, the buildings have been hit pretty hard. Stuka came on in. Where is the Stuka, by the way? Stuka is at Vet 4, 57 kills. Guard Streep's trying to take the point. Fun fact, don't just group them up like this. Yeah, you're really asking for a Sturm Tiger shot to really kill you. Right, Sturm? Oh, Pathfinder's going to screw it. Alright, he's going to retreat. Alright, American forces is going to try to hold this area. Again, Germans need to take something else. Finally! 52 minutes in the game. Kono pushed over there. And Sturm Tiger does kill something. There's some dead men right there. Oh my god, Ostwind pushing in. Move up the Panzer Grenadiers! Oh my god. It's like you need to capture the point. Guys, it took 50 minutes for the Axis to realize we can actually push on that front. No shit. Yag Tiger redeploying over here. Again, you could probably, I mean, like, if you want to push up further there, great. You could hit snipe the Katusha. Or hell, you could hit some of this stuff if you really want to, though that might be a hell of a hit. Nice bundle grenade, bringing down the mortar and pushing back the AT. Also, we need some heals. Isn't the Mechanized? Oh, Mechanized is dead. This one's still alive. Also having an issue with the T-34. Salamine has plenty of resources. Same thing with Vostoks and Ion. Well, the Axis are kind of like on their last... Oh, never mind. Reflex at 3,200 manpower. That's probably why he's like, yeah, surrender, guys. It's like, okay. No. I mean, you haven't even taken this area yet, and you've had control of it for God knows how long. I mean, you have American forces here, but still. It's like, come on. Anyway. Oh, my God. Well, that's a lot of dead Soviets. Nice bundle grenade, by the way. Partisans are in full retreat after that bundle grenade. He's going to waste a lot of his manpower just reinforcing all that. Also, Panzer Grenadiers holding back the T-34. So, Salamine is that guy who looks intimidating, but, like, goes down, like, loses everything. On paper, he should dominate. For some reason, he just keeps getting his shit kicked in. He's the France of this, even though he's the Soviets. Or I guess the Soviets would be a better... Well, actually be a good statement, because they're like, yeah, this is great superpower. And it's like, oh, you killed all your military branch? Well, seems like a good time to invade. Suka coming on in, annihilating a lot of American forces, pushing them back. So good shot there. But we have Axis force, I'm sorry, Allied forces coming on in. Grab that point. Is that demo? Hold on, what is that? It is a mortar. Okay, I was gonna say that's a demo that close. Okay, putting down a. All right. Guard troops are just gonna annihilate that half track, but it's not a bad idea. Main gun destroyed. Oh, you tried, man. Nice rifle grenade, though. Nice rifle grenade. Get up to vet 1. Guard Streep's still going to die, so good job there. Middle is at least under Axis control. The left, though, we have the blob. Man, if only we had an anti-blob unit. Honestly, you should probably just keep it one spot and then have them, like, develop something else to hold this area. Whether it's the ATN, or sorry, the ZIS artillery, or, you know, the Jagdtiger firing explosive rounds. Something else. At the very least, Storm Pioneers are there to stop the decap. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have this huge, oh my god, gigantic blob of forces. Minefield, anything. Reflex, by the way, losing a lot of manpower, but not getting more for whatever reason, so I don't know why. Storm Tiger firing, but at least keeps the point clear, although American forces are advancing onto that point, so they'll have to do something. T-34 ramming it. Partisans going on in, hopefully throw an AT grenade on it. It's a good ram by Ion, Su-85. Very low on health, though. Partisans need to throw an AT grenade, or fire a Panzerschreck or something. Never mind, the blob will just come in from behind. Oh, shoot. A lot of flak currently hitting that blob. But it's, I don't know if it's meant to distract, but it's doing a good job. Right now the Axis are dealing with it, although he's losing so many men. That, they need to capture another point real quick. This is my last warning. Well, they lost all the points. They need to grab one, and right now the Germans don't have anything to grab it. Stuka just clearing the rest of the partisans. And, yeah, Salamine is down to 47. And that's going to be game. Alright, first mistake. I mean, like, not mistake, but I don't think the Jagdtiger was a good idea. The Stuka's doing great. 74 kills. Hot damn. Like, seriously, that thing was doing work. Funny enough, that thing is over half the kills. No, so not half the kills. About 40% of the kills, so not too shabby. But yeah, thank you, Ion, for submitting this. Most kills on your team, most damage. Axis side, rebound, most damage. With Kono, most kills, actually. Why was Kono getting most kills? Kono, maybe it's flak. Maybe that's why. I'm assuming the flak was doing work. 99 kills. And the flak got 99 kills. Oh, wow. Okay, great. I was going to try to put it in the song, but no way. So what can I say in this fight? It was early on, a lot of infantry-based gameplay. I would say that the Allies did better. The Axis kind of left territory to the Allies, which was a really bad mistake. The Allies just had to keep contesting, and they brought the Axis down slowly. The Axis eventually got better armor, and started winning some of the fights. The problem is, like, some of the choices. Like, why would you get Jagdtiger? Like, I get you're trying to snipe armor, but you need to also fight the infantry. That was your big threat. Now, luckily, you had the Stuka. That Stuka literally saved your ass multiple times. But, again, it can only do so much. Even with 74 kills. So that was your issue, as well as not getting more men immediately. Kono, good job with the Oswins. If you're going anti-infantry, that works. You just try to, you know, keep your units alive. Same thing I could say with Ion. Ion, you need to keep your units alive, man. That was a big thing, though. Your artillery did a lot of work in clearing out the buildings, so really good job over here. Just slowly reducing their effectiveness in terms of healing, in terms of coming back on the front, in terms of healing armor or repairing armor. It's a good job there. Salamine losing a lot of men and blobs. The attacks were, like, somewhat effective, but then other times he just completely fell on their face. 47 kills with the artillery. Really good job. Vostoks, a lot of American forces, they really did a damn good job trying to contest this point for so long. And although he did lose the bulldozers, you know, with just having Wolverines, he still did a damn good job. And with just American bazooka teams and bar teams, and with, you know, support armor, just keep contesting that area against, you know, a lot of bigger German units. Also, big fail rebound was your Storm Tiger. Was really hoping for better shots, but that just didn't come to pass. But yeah, honestly, I think just map control. Map control really played a huge part in this. And again, just don't leave a side unchallenged, especially so close to your base. That was a really bad mistake. But what do you think? Leave it down in the comments down below. But this has been Greyshot17. I'll see all of you next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. Before you guys go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Milam, Joey, G240, Anton, Bishara, Ion, Pyro Shark, Ace, Jakub, Ocwieja. Thank you guys so much for your amazing support. You guys rock. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.